We got ourselves Feral Frenzy opening up first versus Ballas with that Kyrian burst, trying to go for the biggest burst out there. Gonna be Mortal all out of Ballas. He's had to go for a trick with the Fear versus Feral Frenzy. I think Feral Frenzy might have tricked it as well. I think he might have tricked a stun from the bed. Gonna be the Feral back in there versus Ballas. Gonna be the Dark Pact with his wall, Tyrant, Valfid, everything gonna joined in. Feral Frenzy did use the biggest bleeds possible versus Ballas. I just tried to see if he might be able to disrupt the pets with a quick roar while in Guardian form. Disrupting roar and Ballas is gonna have a lot of the pets kind of disoriented, cannot really reconnect back with the Feral. So Ballas is gonna have to find a way to deal with the Kitty next. He at least has the Felguard, so you can land proper stuns onto Feral Frenzy. At least he can like disrupt the opener. Gonna be a stun onto the other pet with a maim onto Ballas. It looks like just now Ballas triggered, or maybe it was just the shortest maim in the world. Either way, Feral Frenzy is unable to really reconnect with the Ballas. It's going to be yet another Mortal with another Fear. Now that he no longer has a trinket for a while, Ballas should be able to gain a lot of advantage here. Demon Bolts flying, second or maybe main stun from the main Felguard, trying to get some big Demon Bolts in, but didn't get the biggest blaster out there. And Frenzy Feral, which is actually Christina, if you guys remember from the YouTube side, from the comments side. From the YouTube live version, this is Christina, otherwise known as Alex, otherwise known as a Feral Druid. Has been in this duels for a while and is now coming back, playing as Feral, Frenzy Feral. I think named Feral Frenzy Feral because he's playing the Feral Frenzy build with the Kyrian, which is really cheesy, really strong. Big Kyrian burst out of Frenzy, out of Christina rather. I'm gonna call it Frenzy Feral just because my mind is gonna have a hard time with names. I'm gonna see Frenzy Feral. I'm gonna say Frenzy Feral. It's gonna be really difficult for me to remember it's Christina every single time. Trying to go for a bit of a roar, catch it back up with Ballas. Does not have Berserk for a while, at least 2 minutes until that's back. Ballas with a Reflect. Not really sure we can reflect back to Frenzy. No trigger for a while either. So it's gonna be at least a full Fear. Maybe big Demon Bolts, maybe big Demon Doggers. If he can get himself a big Decimate Bolt versus Frenzy, he'll be in a great spot. Ballas is getting kind of low on health. At least he's able to set the pet stay in. Gonna be a Skull Bash. Ballas could be in trouble. Does he have a Mortal Kombat coming back very soon? Big Kyrian Burst. Does he have a pet stun or anything? Ballas needs someone right now. He needs anything, but looks like he's gonna be going down as he got himself a port. Chicago charging in versus Frenzy. Not giving him much opportunity to catch a reset. I think at this point, with how strong Ferals are, you can't give him a moment's break. You can't give him a moment's notice. You have to take every advantage you can because these guys are insane over in PTR right now. Especially with Berserk coming back very soon for Frenzy Feral. Very soon. Does leap into the box, boops the snout, but is going to be able to catch himself a reset. Chicago charging out in the brand new Ghostful form. And is trying to see if they might be able to maintain the pressure. Normal wall for Frenzy. This is going to be a big Kyrian Berserk burst. Chicago better be careful. Has Ascendance. Is going to be going for Ascendance. Maybe as an early counter pressure versus Frenzy. Who's going to go bare form with a roar. Trying to get himself as much healing as possible. Earth Elemental is going to be there for the extra defense. So Chicago, when they take big damage out of Frenzy, at least they're going to have a little bit extra health to work with. It looks like Frenzy trying to get Berserk. Does he get the big bleed of Chicago? I don't know if he was able to. Chicago not tricking out of this. Might need to use a wall here immediately. And I believe Frenzy is playing the tier set, right? There's no way he isn't. I'm seeing some bleed damage to Chicago, but I'm not seeing like the big rotting damage that we normally see. Maybe just playing the 2-piece for more Berserks. Who knows? Chicago is going to try to see if they can keep the pressure rolling into the Feral, but he's going to be able to separate away with that root unless Chicago has Spirit Walk, not Spirit Walker's Ways, but it's like Spirit Sprint. It's like the sprint ability for enhanced shamans. Unless they have that, they can't really break out of roots at all. Going to be quick maintenance. Feral Frenzy just go for the full resets. As Chicago is going to be going, I think, for the Stormkeeper charge. Basically gives them a lot of cooldown reduction for a short amount of time. Like 30% more CDR, I think, which is pretty good. Goes to joining in. Big Ventier burst onto Frenzy. He's kind of low in health. No wall for a while. Chicago maybe gets a big blaster damage out. Feral Frenzy going in for the Kyrian burst. Into remember Chicago has the trigger for it. Sunder onto Feral Frenzy. No stun could be going down either way. The Ghosters are doing the best they can for Frenzy. Super low in health. Quick roar. Lightning bolts are flying through. Does get himself massive recovery with the Frenzy. The Feral Frenzy regeneration. Chicago is playing their tier set as they're getting more Ghost Raptors every time they spend Maelstrom. I think when they're doing Maelstrom for damage or healing, it's going to be active and I believe a healing totem or maybe Wind Fury totem. Feral Frenzy super low on health. Chicago trying not to get Cyclone. It's going to be dropping down grounding. Does Feral Frenzy go for another setup with a Cyclone? Going to be quick maybe. Chicago does not sit along at all. Going to be Roots. It's not a way out of it. Feral Frenzy catching up on all that healing. And looks like Feral Frenzy is going to be able to get himself reset. Tiger's Fury is not available for a while. Maybe next burst is going to be Curing Burst. Thunder with a stun. The Chicago gets her ended right here. Big Chain Harvest for Frizz is so low in health. But the Feral keeps on trucking, keeps on fighting. Battle Master Trinket getting used. The Chicago does remove the Thorns. Big Carrion Burst does not have the full burst there. That's going to be a wall Chicago either way. There goes the Tiger's Fury. Kind of had a wonky overlap with that Kyrian Burst, which I actually think Chicago can remove that Kyrian Burst, Kyrian buff from Feral Frenzy. If they're fast enough, they can just purge it. And there goes all that damage. Feral just going for a bit of a reset behind the pillar. Bear form Frenzy reach up. Barskin was used, does have a wall back up. It looks like he's going to berserk in 30 seconds. So far, his ability to survive these duels has been fantastic. Chicago getting Ghost was back very, very soon. Ascendance is back up. Not seeing a wall for at least 50 seconds, but should have a wall. Actually, not going to have a wall. That wall is not going to overlap with Berserk. Chicago better find a way to win this duel soon. Stun into Feral Frenzy. Trinkets out of it. Ascendance is out. Wall is rolling. That's going to be Chicago blasting himself out with the Thorns out of that roar. Going to be bashed into Chicago. Ghost was to disappear for a second. Then Chicago has to reconnect. Doesn't get the sprint. Finally gets the wind strikes. Feral Frenzy has full Berserk ready to go. Full damage is out. I don't know if Chicago has enough survivability here. Needs to get himself just a bit more damage. Does go for a shield trinket that removes that makes him absorbs a lot of magic damage, but a lot of the Frenzy Feral damage is just straight up physical bleeds and bites and shreds Sunder onto the cat. Dude, what is the survivability? Like at this point, I'm wondering if Frenzy maybe went for like a defensive legendary at this point, because this man is just living forever. Leap tried to stay away from Chicago because he got damage for certain, but his survivability is absolutely out of this world as Chicago's charging out at him. It's going to be Frenzy at no health whatsoever. Getting the one last on Chicago. I think you might be thinking it's over. No. Big heal for Chicago without wall. Frenzy needs to get out of there. Ghosts are joining in. At least one Ghost was joining in. And it's going to be leaping in. Big zap from Chicago from a distance. Unless you play Necrolord, I don't know if lightning bolts are really that worth of a zap. For Maelstrom, at least from PvE. PvP, they don't really feel worth. Stun into Feral. Does Chicago have enough? Trying to get whatever damage left. Maybe Big Chain Harvest at the end. Trying to get the sliding bolts. Again, how is this guy still surviving? Barskin, while in bear form, get himself a bit of healing. He has to be playing like a defensive legendary at this point. I don't believe it. I don't believe he's playing a aggressive Lego. He has to be playing some Healy Lego. And there goes the zap of Chicago. Hey, it's me, SP. Finally get a chance to play Quick Fear on Chicago as they go for a trick. It's going to be a full stun. And Chicago is going to be able to get Ghosts back up and running. Silence on Chicago. Unable to heal himself for a bit. I don't even know if they can get Ghosts rolling yet. But it's going to be executed potentially out of SP. Going to be a siphon. Oh, reducing the healing out of Chicago greatly. Full burst out of SP, man. Shadow Priests are really deadly over in the patch, man. Actually huge. Speedful going to be up next. Get a shot onto him. Hey, it's me, SP, as he goes in for a greater fade, trying to immune any of the CC chains out of Speedful. It's going to be a quick blind. I don't know if SP has a trinket back up. We actually can't see trinkets, which kind of sucks. Cheap shot onto SP, but he does go for a stun back to Speedful. Gonna be a quick interrupt as SP trying to get himself a heal. That stunned the horror onto Speedful. Did not last long since he is an orc. Trinket on Speedful is just completely immune to CC for a second. Shadowlands are up for SP. Recovered quite a bit of health. Gonna be that Mages of the Dead behind the pillar. Speedful does get himself a reset. He still has dots rolling on him as soon as his shield is gone. He is gonna be put out in the open. Can SP control the pets? No, the pets are just gonna look at the rogue. They know he's behind the pillar. They see the help button. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna head over there. Unless I see the Shadow Priest hit you. I ain't touching you. I feel like the pets need to be a little bit smarter. Right? They at least need to be able to attack somebody. It's beautiful. Dropping down the trinket onto SP. It's gonna be a big blast of cosmic damage. But he does have to go for a disperse just to reduce the damage he's taken from it. DPs are getting set up versus a rogue, trying to blast him out with as much damage as he can. Short stun onto Speedful. He's going to get one eruption, trying to get a heal. That's going to be SP get interrupted on the kick. At least SP might be able to get the next cast of Shadowlands. Does he have any more stuns? Speedful needs to just find a way to get a little bit more damage onto the priest. Looks like that fear is going to send the rogue running in the other direction. As the Mages of the Dead going to be joining the fight. Going to be slow into Speedful as well with that siphon. Trying to blast out as much damage as he can. Speedful with that Cloak of Shadows is going for full reset. If the Mages of the Dead can reconnect, he's trying to get a cast off from a distance. Gonna be Shadow Strike back towards the priest. Is gonna be Greater Fate. Could get interrupted. Fear. There's gonna be Trinket for Speedful with a kid shot onto SP. Try to make the big burst happen with that Kyrian burst. That's going to be the mages that are joining in. No cloak shadows for the rogue. The rogue better end the shadow priest right now. Otherwise, he could be in trouble. Shadow priest with the disperse as well as vampiric embrace. Getting as much healing as he can. Speedful. Does he have a shadow step to keep the damage rolling? Stun is out in the open. The mages that just keeps barraging him. The shadow fiend is going to, Siphon is going to keep slowing him. Shadow fiend joining in for some bites as well. Speedful actually had no health at all. Going to be DP rolling at this guy. He could be in a bad tight spot. And Speed is just going to land next. He does the mind bender. Wait, mind. Oh. Doesn't Ben just take him out? No, he doesn't. Interrupt onto the shadow cast from SP as Speedful just has no health at all. Kidney shot. I think SP is dead to the trinket. Yep. He just dropped down that trinket, hit him with a kidney shot. No way out of it without a trinket. Wait. What was that sap? That sap was godly. Yo, Speedful. That sap was actually just godly. That sap on the in-cap was so pro. Actually, XZ just trinket out of it just to make sure he can land and kill it. Yeah, Zoan and Images on Speedful. If he can somehow just get away from these pets, not die just yet. Trying to land a cheap shot onto XD. Wait, is he just gonna turn around? No way. Oh, you're a monster. Oh, you are a monster. Does he have a blind? No, dude, this rogue is a monster. It was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get in there. I'm just gonna take this guy out of the game. Jesus Christ. T-Rex is going to be up next, trying to go for the big Kyrian Burst versus XD. Does he have the barrage to finish it at the end? Trying to go for the Arcane Blast. And looks like XD is going to be going down to that Arcane damage. Big Chakram onto a Seavark. As Var trying to get some big damage from a distance. Wait, isn't Var normally plays... Wait, you got a bow? Var? What are you doing? Var, you're a survival hunter, Var. Var? You're a survival hunter with a bow, Var. So technically, you do have the ability to use the bow. I just don't know how good it is. Var going for the full reset behind the pillar with a flash cup reward 55% dampening. You're not going to get a lot of healing, and Seavark is getting a lot of recovery. Var at least dives into a camo, so he's getting a lot of health recovery. He's marksman? I'm pretty sure he's survival. Look, he's throwing grenades. He is not marksman. He's Serpent Sting. He is not marksman, boys. Look at his cooldowns. He is not marksman. Polymorph on the Seavark trying to land a poly onto Var. Does get to do so. Just wants to make sure he has good line of sight. Oh, Var! Yo, he's pathing as a poly. He's perfect. It's actually so toxic. His pathing and poly is toxic as hell. Are you kidding me? Crazy. Freezing Trap getting thrown in. Does shock him onto Seavark. It's going to rip through his shields. That's going to be explosion. Does go for the ice block. Just doesn't want to deal with it. That polymorph pathing was incredible. And Var making that survival hunter with a bow kind of work, actually. I mean, I guess when you play survival, you do mostly grenade and Serpent Sting anyway. So I guess it's like not that different. And you do get kill commands. So I guess you do have that range damage. Is getting the skill commands, big grenades. Seavark is just gonna get to hop down. Those grenades are just gonna end up taking him down. I think with dots, try to go for food. Oh, that pet is gonna stop your feast. Seavark, you have one last chance for burst. I don't know if you can do. Oh yeah, there's always so much you can do. And Hunter is the marksmanship hunter. He's like, yo, I'm gonna show you what a real range hunter does. And Hunter actually just immunes that freezing trap. Var is gonna have to find a way to beat an actual ranged hunter as a kind of pseudo ranged hunter. It looks like Hunter just get the most burst in there. Elfman joining in. What's up, Atho? How you doing, my guy? Looks like Hunter's not giving you an opportunity. You're just getting barrages into you. He's not gonna give you a chance, so you better not give him a chance either. Dampening's way too high. Hunter is gonna try to see you back up out of there. It's going to be a try to see if he can kite through Paladin back into the trinket. I think it actually did damage to Elfman as he got wings rolling. It looks like Hunter. Does he have a trinket? Oh, knock back into Elfman as he got big Kyrian burst onto Hunter. If you can just get lined aside of him, there's going to be a big hammer coming down. Huge hammer damage. Hunter had no help whatsoever. Turtle shell as Elfman trying to see if he can last verdict him or final verdict him down. And Elfman just needs one more global. It's just over. Ah! Wait, hits him on the slow instead. Stun. Oh! Bulbous it as it trinkets. Wait a second. Camo. What the? Oh, he does go down. I was going to say for a second, like, there's no way you're going to let him escape, right? Dude, Chicago and Frenzy Pharaoh just had such a back and forth for so long. Look at the healing. I don't understand. How do you heal that much? I mean, Pharaohs heal a lot, right? It's a hybrid class, but you had to have been running like a tanky Lego or something, or like a restoration Lego. Like, there's no way.